Okay, so this is still working on this floor on the redo. Now, I'm pretty sure it's pine Blackfriar wood dye. Now, you just have to take a sample, put it on there, on the wood. You see it's the kind of the yellow that we want. But maybe the first coat, it might look like it might want to take 2 coats of that. And the medium oak, which is sort of the next color up on the charts. Well, actually, that medium oak is a little bit darker straight away. I could put a little bit of the light oak on first. Where's my finger? There's it. Okay, there's a little spot here. Now, the idea is to bring back the color that I took off sanding. Because if I don't put some color back in there, it's going to be a white spot on the wood, and it'll show up. So you have to think, how's that going to work? Now, one thing I don't like doing is leaving a can open with the lid off. So that's working pretty good. Now, where are we? So I can use that as a marker. I'm gonna stick my glove on. I cut a t-shirt to do that with, but this paper towel works just fine. So okay, it's not gonna. We're not taking out the big spots. Over here, I don't know if that was me. You can see those marks clearly. These marks going like this. In the camera, they're backwards. But it looks like sanding marks. Something. I don't know. I don't think I would have done that and left it like that. I can see some scratches in here where I scratched it. Now I should have been able to. The 120 should have sorted that out, but the dye will hide the scratches or make them stand up. One of the two. Over here is the really bad spot. Since we're on a roll, might as well go for it. So now, when I put the new varnish on, the Dulux Diamond Glaze, it's water-based, so it's touch dry in a little while, but I'm going to have at least 24 hours or so on it this time. So I can wait till tomorrow afternoon. Well, no. I'm going to let this dry for a couple hours. Then I'm going to come back this afternoon and put the varnish on. And if I was in a big hurry, it depends. If it's raining in a few minutes, I'll get the heat gun out and dry this stuff up. And then there's also, it's time to change the towel when it starts looking crappy. So what I'll probably do anyway is get the heat gun, the hot air gun, and spray it with some hot air. Get it on its drying process, because we're in England and things don't dry very good here. There's that big patch. Now, like I said, I've only done 120 grit on there. Depending on how much time and effort you want to do to it. If you want to get all these little marks out, you're going to have to take it right down. But it's not a yacht. It's not a grand piano. It's a floor that gets used a lot. So what I want to do is I want to get 2 coats, because I'm pretty sure I didn't get the second coat of varnish on. Maybe I did, but I don't remember getting the second coat on. I think it was only 1 coat. And then they were using it. And they didn't tell me it was tearing up, except for a long time after it was done. And then it took me a while to get around to coming here and doing this. So the floor suffered some damage, more damage. Now a lot of these scratch marks that I'm looking at, when you put the varnish on, they disappear. But only to a certain extent. It doesn't color the wood. I keep saying this over and over, but that is the name of the game. You got to put something in there to match the wood, some sort of stain, unless you're going to do the whole thing. And even then, the wood might be too light in color that you're going to have to apply a complete coat of dye or varnish with stain in it to get the desired effect. Now, it wasn't all that bad over there. I'm just going to give it a little bit of light oiling there. Keep saying the wrong thing. It's dye. It's wood dye. Every time I pick this can up, it leaves marks. I don't know how it's leaking. Is that just my usual clumsy me? I wasn't sure if I was going to take and wipe the whole thing down with spirit before I put the varnish on, but if I wipe it down with anything, it'll just be a damp cloth again, because it's water-based varnish. And if you put oil on there, they mix somewhat, but not a lot. So just a little bit more here and there. Over here. This area where I'm at right now, this is the most visible section right here. The table sits on top of where I'm at the moment. So doesn't that look a lot better already? It looks, you know, it looks like doesn't look like it's been sanded all that much. So let me just get some hot air. I'm gonna blow with some hot air on there on part whatever it is.